Hi everyone, welcome back to The Trident, the channel where we dive deep into the prehistoric world and uncover the mysteries of ancient life that once ruled our planet. I'm your host Millie, and today we are heading into the trenches of the prehistoric seas to meet one of the largest spiral-shelled creatures to have ever lived, Parapuzosia, the true giant among ammonites. So, grab your virtual scuba gear because we're about to steer into a story that's hundreds of millions of years in the making. As usual, without any delay, let's get into it. Let's start with the name, Parapuzosia. It sounds something like a spell from Harry Potter, doesn't it? Well, the name actually comes from the Greek words meaning beside Puzosia, since it was named after its close relative Puzosia, another genus of ammonite. Basically, scientists found out that the massive cells of these two different species were similar to each other, but distinct enough to deserve their own category. Hence, para meaning next to or alongside. Now, where and when did Parapuzosia live? This magnificent mollusk lived during the late Cretaceous period, roughly 80 to 70 million years ago, right before the grand finale of the dinosaurs. Fossils of Parapuzosia have been discovered in places that were once covered by warm, shallow seas. Some of the biggest Parapuzosia fossils have been found in North America, Germany, and England, and more recently, massive specimens have turned up in Mexico's Tamaulipas region, showing that these creatures had a truly wide oceanic range. Taxonomically speaking, Parapuzosia belonged to the family Desmoceratidae, which was part of the larger order Ammonitidae, a diverse group of shelled cephalopods related to modern squids, octopuses, and cuttlefish. So, yes, these spiral-shelled creatures are distant cousins of today's octopus, only with a way cooler shell. Ammonites, including Parapuzosia, were basically the poster animals of the Mesozoic seas, filling the ecological role similar to modern squids, both predator and prey, fast and agile. The world Parapuzosia lived in was a very different place. During the late Cretaceous, Earth was warmer and much of the continents were submerged under the inland seas. Imagine vast tropic waters teeming with marine reptiles like mosasaurs and plesiosaurs, shark, fish, and other ammonites. That was Parapuzosia's home turf. It likely preferred the open marine environments rather than coastal shallows, gliding gracefully through the midwater zones where it could hunt freely and avoid bottom dwellers or predators from above. So, what was life like for the spiraling giant? Well, Parapuzosia was a free-swimming cephalopod, probably using a form of jet propulsion just like modern squids. It would draw water into its body cavity and shoot it out through a siphon to move around. Its massive coiled shell, divided into internal chambers, was filled with gas that helped control buoyancy. Think of it as a prehistoric version of a submarine's ballast system. With that, it could easily float or dive as needed. Now, let's talk about anatomy, because this creature was built to impress. The most striking feature, of course, was its enormous coiled shell, which could reach up to 2.5 meters or about 8.2 feet in diameter. That's much taller than an average adult human, and that's just the shell. The entire animal, including its tentacles and soft body, might have stretched to over 3.5 meters or around 11.5 feet in total length. As for weight, estimates suggest Parapuzosia could have weighed up to 700 kilograms or roughly 1,500 pounds. The shell was perfectly designed with a series of internal chambers called camerae, connected by a thin tube known as siphuncle. These chambers were filled with gas and fluid, allowing the animal to adjust its buoyancy to rise, dive, or hover mid-water. Its mouth likely had a strong, parrot-like beak used for crushing the shells of prey, while a radula, which is a tongue covered with rows of tiny teeth, helped it shred the food into bite-sized pieces. Speaking of food, Parapuzosia was most likely a carnivore, feeding on small fish, crustaceans, and other soft-bodied marine animals, maybe even smaller ammonites. It might have also scavenged on the ocean floor where opportunities were present, proving that in the Cretaceous seas, adaptability was the key to survival. But even giants can fall. Like most ammonites, Parapuzosia met its end during the Cretaceous Paleogene extinction event about 66 million years ago. When the massive asteroid hit Earth near modern-day Mexico, it caused catastrophic climate changes, blocking sunlight, acidifying oceans, and collapsing marine food chains. With the plankton and smaller sea life gone, ammonites lost their main food source. Add to that the rapid changes in temperature and chemistry, and these magnificent spiral-shelled cephalopods couldn't survive. Ironically, their distant relatives, octopuses and squids, managed to adapt and thrive, continuing the cephalopod legacy to this very day. Now, who discovered Parapuzosia and when? The genus was first described by Paul Deauville, a French paleontologist, in 1890. Since then, Parapuzosia fossils have been found across various continents, helping scientists better understand the diversity and distribution of ammonites during the late Cretaceous. One of the most incredible discoveries came from Mexico in 2018, where researchers uncovered some of the largest ammonite fossils ever recorded, belonging to Parapuzosia serpenterensis. And now our personal illustration of Parapuzosia. So, there you have it, Parapuzosia, the swirling shell titan of the Cretaceous seas. From its massive coiled shell to its graceful movements through the prehistoric waters, this ancient cephalopod reminds us just how diverse and incredible ocean life has always been. If you enjoyed this presentation, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe and ring the notification bell so you wouldn't miss our next journey into the prehistoric world. Also, tell us in the comments which prehistoric creature you would like to see next on our channel. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and remember, the past is never really gone. It's just waiting to be rediscovered.